Oh my goodness. Have you guys been watching the documentary that 50 Cent produced about Diddy? Everybody is talking about it. People are even saying that Diddy definitely took out Tupac and Biggie. I don't know, honey, but I do got this video and they're giving some details about the documentary and everything behind it. It's called Breaking 50 Cent Netflix. Hold on. Documentaries exposes the footage behind the scenes that Diddy tried to hide. This video tells it all. So I brought this video for you guys. Let's watch it. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot.
Netflix released their latest doc teaser on Diddy, and within minutes, Diddy's lawyers are on the phone, furious. Because hidden inside that trailer is a piece of footage Diddy spent years trying to bury. A clip that wasn't public. A clip Netflix somehow got their hands on. And behind the scenes, 50 Cent is laughing because he's the one who helped expose it. The moment the trailer goes live, the internet barely has time to blink. It's a typical release dark music. Fast cuts, blurred silhouettes, but right at the 10-second mark, something flashes by. Too quick for normal viewers to register, but not too quick for Diddy's legal team. They freeze the frame, zoom in, and the room changes. No one talks for a solid 5 seconds. It's that kind of silence, the kind where every single person realizes something has gone horribly wrong. Because this isn't old footage. This isn't recycled media. This is that clip the one Diddy believed was destroyed forever. Before we go any further, make sure you subscribe because the truth behind this buried footage is about to get much darker. And how do you think Netflix got this forbidden clip? A leak or someone close to Diddy pulling the strings? Let's get back to the story. The frame remains frozen, magnified, burning into everyone's eyes. Someone in the room mutters, "This has to be a mistake." But it's not. Netflix doesn't make mistakes like this, and Diddy knows it. He's pacing in his living room, jaw tight, phone in hand. His lawyers are throwing theories at him, talking over each other, but Diddy isn't hearing anything except the same thought looping in his mind. How did they get this? Who betrayed me? Every second feels like a countdown. Every breath feels heavier, because he knows exactly what this footage can do. He knows what happens if even a few seconds of that clip go viral. He demands the trailer be taken down immediately. He wants Netflix threatened, warned, pressured, whatever it takes to erase that frame. But Netflix isn't picking up in panic. They're picking up calmly, almost too calmly. And that's when things get worse. Because while Diddy's team is in full-blown crisis mode, somewhere across the country, 50 Cent is watching the same trailer on a massive screen, laughing under his breath. Not a loud laugh, just that quiet, satisfied, "I told you the truth would surface" kind of laugh. He doesn't blink. He doesn't flinch. He just watches that split-second shot over and over again, like it's the moment he's been waiting for. People close to him say he had a hand in this. People closer say he did more than that. They say he knew exactly when the clip would drop. And that's what makes the pressure spike even more. Because Diddy doesn't just fear the footage, he fears who helped it escape the vault. Someone inside the circle. Someone who had access. Someone with motives. As the calls escalate, Netflix's response remains the same. The trailer stays. No edits, no removals. If Diddy wants to fight it, he can fight it legally. But once something hits a platform like Netflix, once the public has even a glimpse, people start slowing down the video, zooming in, screenshotting, analyzing. Comments explode. Posts go viral. Reddit threads grow by the minute. And every deep dive creator online starts speculating about that one hidden frame. The mood shifts. People who didn't even like Diddy start pausing the trailer, asking what Netflix is hinting at. People who did like Diddy start saying they remember whispers from years ago. Everyone wants to know the same thing. What is Netflix about to reveal? What could be so dangerous that a billionaire would try to crush a trailer within minutes? Inside Diddy's house, the tension is like a physical presence. Assistants rush in and out. Lawyers argue. Phones keep ringing. Someone suggests calling in favors. Someone else suggests threatening to sue before the weekend. Diddy doesn't sit down. He can't. His mind is racing back to the moment that footage was created, the moment he thought had been buried deep enough that no one, not even his enemies, could ever drag it back into the light. But now that moment is seconds away from going global. Meanwhile, 50 Cent switches off his screen and leans back. For him, this isn't just content. This is personal. This is strategy. This is a move in a long game he's been playing, silently waiting for the right moment to strike. And this trailer, this clip, this is the opening shot. What the public doesn't know yet, what Diddy fears they might learn, is that this isn't the only clip. This isn't the only piece of evidence floating around in the shadows. This is just the first drip, the first hint, the first spark of something much bigger, much uglier, much more dangerous. Netflix knew exactly what they were doing. They never expected Diddy to stay quiet. They expected him to explode. They wanted the legal threats, the phone calls, the panic because it means the footage is real. And the more Diddy reacts, the more the world watches. Creators start making breakdowns. Analysts slow down the footage frame by frame. Fans point out details others missed. Suspicion grows. Questions multiply. Why did Diddy react so fast? Why is the clip so short? Why does the frame look like it was captured from a security feed? What else is in the documentary that they haven't shown yet? Every second online becomes another piece of pressure tightening around him. Diddy knows the game. Once curiosity sets in, it doesn't go away. Once people think they're missing a piece of the puzzle, they dig deeper. And the deeper they dig, the closer they get to the truth he buried years ago. He slams his phone down. He says they'll sue Netflix if they don't remove the footage. But Netflix doesn't flinch, and 50 Cent doesn't blink. And what happens next is straight up war. Not the loud kind, not the kind with public statements or press conferences. No, this war begins in whispers, in private rooms, in late-night calls between lawyers who understand exactly how far the truth can reach when even a single frame slips through the cracks. Diddy's team is scrambling, but scrambling isn't enough, because while they're trying to plug one leak, two more start forming. It's no longer just the Netflix trailer, it's the ripple effect. The screenshots, the slowed-down edits, the online detectives picking apart every pixel. And the worst part? They're getting close, too close. Someone on Diddy's legal team brings up the possibility of a restraining order against Netflix. Another suggests a temporary injunction. But every legal pathway comes with one problem. Filing anything will require them to identify the footage in question, which would confirm its authenticity. And once it's officially acknowledged, the internet won't just look for it, they'll demand it. They'll hunt for it. They'll turn every rumor into a theory and every theory into a timeline. Diddy knows this. His lawyers know this. That's why the room feels like it's shrinking, like the walls are closing in, like every second that passes is another second Netflix wins. Meanwhile, in a completely different environment, Netflix executives sit in a sleek conference room, dim lights reflecting off polished black tables. The trailer is playing on loop in front of them, and every time it reaches that forbidden frame, the room stays eerily quiet. No flinching, no hesitation, because they know exactly what they're doing. One of them leans back and says, almost casually, "He'll come after us." But that moment stays. They've dealt with angry celebrities before. But this isn't strategy, this is confidence. They know their source. They've checked the file's metadata, they've checked chain of custody, and they know this footage isn't just a dangerous piece of evidence, it's the backbone of the entire documentary. The teaser was only a spark. The film? A wildfire waiting to burn through every corner of the industry. And as long as the spark reaches the right people, like 50 Cent, Netflix doesn't mind the heat. Across town, 50 Cent is on a call. He isn't yelling. He isn't ranting. He's calm, controlled, almost amused. He doesn't confirm involvement. He never does. He lets the silence around him speak louder than any statement could. And the timing, the smirk, the lack of denial, they create pressure without a single word. He simply says, "I told him one day it'd catch up." The person on the other end stays silent because they know this isn't new. This is years in the making, an overdue collision finally hitting impact. Back in Diddy's circle, the paranoia is turning toxic. Names get thrown around. People are accused. Assistants are questioned. Former employees are dragged back into the conversation. Someone suggests breaking NDAs to interrogate old camera operators. Someone else suggests the footage was copied years ago, long before Diddy even realized it existed. Diddy snaps, slamming his hand on the table. Because the idea that this many people might have seen that moment, the moment he thought he erased, makes his skin feel tight with panic. Inside the chaos, one lawyer says what everyone else has been too scared to admit. What if Netflix doesn't just have that clip? What if they have more? The room freezes. Because everyone knows it's possible, it's worse than possible, it's likely. Netflix isn't reckless. They wouldn't risk lawsuits, industry blowback, or public backlash over one tiny piece of footage unless they were sitting on something bigger. Something that supports it. Something that confirms it. Something so solid that removing one frame wouldn't save Diddy even if they tried. And the worst-case scenario? Someone close to Diddy made sure Netflix had everything. Outside the legal war rooms, the public is buzzing. Social media is drowning in questions. Did you see that clip? Why is Diddy panicking? What is Netflix hiding? Why is 50 laughing? Someone slows the trailer down to 0.25 speed. Someone else zooms into the shadows behind Diddy in the frame. A third overlays old tabloid stories with the teaser. A fourth matches the lighting and background to rumored locations from years ago. And slowly, painfully, dangerously, connections start forming. None of them are fully right, but none of them are fully wrong. And that's the danger. As the speculation grows, Diddy starts making calls himself. Not polite calls, sharp, controlled, anxious ones. People who owe him favors get contacted. Old relationships get pulled. He calls in debts. He pressures the unpressurable. The goal is simple. Find who leaked that clip. But every time he thinks he's inching closer, he hits a dead end. Because whoever slipped that footage out didn't leave fingerprints. This wasn't a sloppy leak. This wasn't an accident. This was a planned extraction. And the timing right when 50 Cent is preparing major moves feels less like coincidence and more like a well-engineered strike. Inside Netflix's editing rooms, the footage sits inside a locked digital vault. Only a handful of editors have access. The rest of the documentary is being shaped around a timeline, slow, deliberate, intensifying piece by piece, the same way a courtroom thriller unfolds. And that forbidden clip? It's not a side moment, it's a central event. The editors know that when viewers reach that sequence, the world will stop breathing. Diddy's team keeps trying to reach Netflix, but now they're getting responses so politely vague, they might as well be automated. Corporate phrases that translate to, "We're not touching the trailer. We're confident in our material." The release schedule will proceed. Each email, each call, each response makes Diddy's pulse tighten. Meanwhile, fans continue spiraling. One YouTuber uploads a 20-minute breakdown claiming the clip is from a private event in 2016. Another says they've seen a blurred version years ago. A third claims someone tried selling unseen footage to a media outlet in 2019, but got shut down. Every theory adds fuel. Every breakdown adds pressure. And every discussion circles back to one explosive question. What is Netflix about to expose? Inside his house, Diddy picks up his phone again. His voice is lower now, controlled, cold. "Find out who did this," he says. "No matter what it takes." But what he doesn't know, what neither he nor his lawyers realize, is that the answer to that question has already been quietly laughing in the background. Watching, waiting, playing the long game. And the next move? It's already on the way. And the next move? It's already on the way. But before that move hits the surface, before the documentary drops, before the world sees what Netflix is holding, the story rewinds. Not to today, not to last week, but months before this trailer ever existed. Because this war didn't begin with a teaser. It didn't begin with a leaked frame. It started long before, hidden inside a chain of events that only make sense when you trace them backwards. Moment by moment, month by month, crack by crack. June. That's when the earliest whisper surfaced. A tiny signal nobody noticed. A former associate of Diddy contacted someone in the media world, not Netflix yet, not 50 Cent, just a middle channel figure who knew people who knew people. A quiet conversation, a subtle hint that something exists. Nothing concrete, nothing loud, just a pressure drop in the distance. At the time, it sounded like rumor, but now it feels like the first domino. Then comes July. That's when someone still unidentified makes the first digital move, a transfer, a handoff, a relocation of a file that wasn't supposed to exist anymore. Something slips out of an old hard drive, an unmarked one, buried deep inside a storage unit, registered under an alternate name. Someone unlocks it, someone copies it, someone sends it, and the timeline blurs because this is where the people involved melt into shadows. No fingerprints, no usernames, no metadata trail, just movement, silent, calculated movement. But the most dangerous part of July wasn't the leak itself. It was the stillness afterward. The person who moved the footage didn't brag, didn't hint, didn't gossip. They didn't try to sell it to tabloids. They didn't try to leverage it, they simply disappeared. This silence is the sign of someone who knows exactly what they're doing, someone who understands timing, leverage, and impact. Then the timeline jumps. Straight to October. This is when Netflix steps in, when the pieces begin connecting, when something lands quietly in their inbox from an anonymous source, no subject line, no sender name, no message. Just a single attachment with a timestamp that doesn't match anything publicly available. The editors open it, expecting low-quality junk. But the moment the first few seconds play, one of them stops breathing. It's him. It's Diddy. And not the Diddy from talk shows, concerts, a red carpet, or a marketing campaign. This is a version nobody has ever seen on camera. The room shifts. Editors exchange quick glances. Someone whispers, "Is this real?" Another asks, "Where did this come from?" But no one can answer, because Netflix themselves don't know. All they know is that the footage is raw, it's unfiltered, it's dangerous. They immediately forward it to the internal legal team. A small, hand-picked group watches it in a sealed conference room. No laptops, no phones, no notes leaving the room. Lights dim, pens tapping, breathing uneven. They pause the footage so many times the frame starts to pixelate. They analyze angles, shadows, reflections, background audio, every detail. And the more they watch, the more they understand. This isn't something you bury. This isn't something you cut. This is something that defines the entire documentary. So they build around it. They architect the entire narrative to lead toward that moment. A slow climb in tension, month by month, until viewers reach the point where the forbidden footage appears and the entire story clicks into place. But the most important date? October 3rd, that's when 50 Cent enters the equation. It wasn't public, it wasn't loud, it wasn't posted, it wasn't leaked. But on October 3rd, 50 Cent had a private meeting off the radar with someone who had access to the clip. Someone who didn't just want the footage seen, they wanted it delivered to the right people. At the right time, in the right format, they wanted it to matter. After that meeting, everything accelerates. Netflix's editing pace intensifies. Internal calls multiply. The documentary's spine shifts. Additional voices are recorded. Certain scenes get expanded. Others get quietly removed. Timelines rearrange, storyboards reshuffle. The entire project transforms within days, almost as if the documentary isn't just reporting history, it's preparing to change it. By mid-October, Netflix understands the gravity of what they're holding. They realize this isn't a standard celebrity profile. This is a case file, a cinematic autopsy, a timeline of something Diddy never expected to resurface, something he believed would never return. And all of this leads directly back to today. The moment Diddy is spiraling, the moment his lawyers can't undo what has already been set in motion, the moment 50 Cent is watching with that quiet, knowing expression, because for the first time in a long time, Diddy isn't the one controlling the narrative. The documentary is almost locked. All Netflix needs is final internal clearance. Once that green light lands, the footage becomes unstoppable. Now the story snaps back to the present. Diddy's team has finally tracked down a possible source, a name, a person who had access to archived drives years ago, someone who vanished without explanation and suddenly reappeared with money that doesn't match their life. Diddy hears the name. His jaw tightens, his eyes sharpen. He tells his lawyer, "Find them, now." But just as they begin digging deeper, a notification hits millions of phones across the world. Netflix posts a statement, not a trailer, not an extended cut, not a teaser, just a single chilling line. All footage included in the documentary has been verified and approved for global release. That's it. No apology, no explanation, no fear. Inside Diddy's house, the atmosphere shifts instantly. His face tightens. His team freezes. Because that one sentence means the window to stop this is closing at a speed they can't match. Meanwhile, deep inside Netflix's editing building, an insider scrolls through Reddit threads, watching fan theories spiral into chaos. Some users insist the clip is from 2012. Others say 2016. Others claim it connects to a private event whispered about for years. The theories are wild, but the truth is worse. Because the truth is exactly what Diddy fears most, and Netflix is about to release it. Suddenly, a phone vibrates. Someone on Diddy's legal team picks up. They listen. Their face drains completely of color. They look at Diddy and say the sentence he never wanted to hear. They found more footage. The room stops. Everyone freezes. No one asks where it came from. No one asks how much, because the look in the lawyer's eyes answers everything. This isn't about one clip anymore. This is about a pattern, a vault, a trail of evidence no one thought would ever reopen. And for the first time, even Diddy doesn't know how deep the vault goes. The documentary is coming. The footage is real. The door is already open. And once the world sees what Netflix is holding, there's no going back. But here's the part no one expected. The more footage Netflix found, it isn't just another angle. It isn't another moment. It's a second clip shot on a completely different night, from a completely different source. A clip that proves the first one wasn't an accident. It was a pattern, and that second clip, the one Netflix hasn't shown yet, the one even Diddy didn't think still existed, has 50 Cent's fingerprints all over it. Not literally, but in timing, in placement, in the way the footage was stored. And the moment Netflix compared the two clips side by side, the whole room froze. Because together, the footage doesn't just hint at something sinister, it confirms it. And that's the real reason Netflix refused to take the trailer down. The documentary isn't exposing one secret. It's exposing a connection Diddy hoped no one would ever uncover. The connection that has 50 Cent smiling. And Diddy losing sleep? The doc is coming, the footage lines up. And once the world sees what these two clips reveal, Diddy's fight won't be against a trailer. It'll be against the truth he spent years bearing.